Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Killah Threat once again, and
Your boy Cool Cal.
this is another episode of Welcome to the Lou Town Podcast. If you haven't, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and also hit that bell notification so y'all can be notified whenever we put up new content, as we do put up new content every Thursday like clockwork. So get in tune. Today, I think we need to go ahead and discuss as a community. If everybody can go ahead and come to the computer screens real quick, we need to go ahead and discuss what friendship is and the cycle of friendship. Now, just to start off, there are two types of friendships. There's what they call a high-stake friendship, where you can be intimate, you can share feelings about different aspects of your life, or that other person can do the same, vice versa. Or you have low-stake friendships, which those friendships are more casual. There's no emotions attached to them. There's no feelings about the aspects or anything. Y'all don't even share experiences like that for real. You know what I'm saying? So, to break down the discussion of the cycle.
Cycle 1.
Cycle 1 is strangers. Now, with strangers, we all know who strangers are. People that be around St. Louis or be around your city or neighborhood that you really don't know. But you know, you like to go ahead and keep it cordial when you see people. You don't want to be rude or anything. So you might go ahead and say hello. You know, in our neighborhood, we might go ahead and do the head nod, like, what up? What's good? You know what I'm saying? We like to speak. Like, for those who might ride the bus line, like I used to ride the bus line before I got my stuff together years ago. But you know, sometimes you gotta ride the metro, and you might see people every day, you know, ride the bus line. Y'all become familiar with each other, and y'all might do some small talk. You know what I'm saying? And just be on general terms, you know, like weather, talking about if it's about to rain, or talking about if it's cold and it's freezing like a mug outside. Or you might talk about events that might happen around the neighborhood, like in St. Louis, be having a lot of uncalled for unnecessariness going on in malls or in blocks or in certain different parts of the city, or even at the Metrolink, it'd be a lot of unnecessariness going on.
Whole lot of unnecessary.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, it'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? But when with strangers, you know, you usually, if y'all want to get to go past that stranger zone, you know what I'm saying, usually y'all start having meetups where y'all might click up at a place to eat, or a place to rendezvous where y'all can go ahead and chop it up besides of where y'all see each other in passing at. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Cycle 2.
is when y'all go from being strangers, and now you're starting to become an acquaintance. And we all have a million acquaintances. Like, I know I have them at the job. How about you, man? You got acquaintances at the job, Cal?
Yeah, I got acquaintances.
Yeah, he said, I got a lot of acquaintances. He said he got a lot of acquaintances, like lady acquaintances.
I would not confirm or deny. I just have acquaintances in life.
Right. So he has a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of acquaintances too, especially working at a lot of places in my past, and staying up with some of my past co-workers. You know what I'm saying? Even though we ain't the best of friends, we still have similar things that we are interested in. So we stay tied down from time to time, just checking up on each other and things of that nature. But when you're an acquaintance, is in that stage, that's where you can share feelings or go into thoughts about positive topics to get to know another person better. You know what I'm saying? As far as if this person can be your friend, can I vibe with this person? Can this person chill around me? Can I chill around them? You know, get to that stage, and that's usually, I know us adults, we already know all this, and I would say this would be something for the kids if they came across this, but the videos are most definitely not rated for kids, so I already know the YouTube algorithm is not going to even show this on a kid platform. So, but for those who are like hermits or afraid to come out the house, shy, and don't like to speak to people, you know, let me go ahead and just break this down. Maybe y'all just have social issues where socially you don't like to speak to people, or you're afraid to speak to people for whatever reason. Maybe there's some trauma behind that. I can't call it.
Or maybe it's just your personality.
So they stink.
Not necessarily that. Like, just speaking from my personality, I'm more of a reserved person. I kind of come out of my shell a little bit the more I get to know a person, but I'm more reserved when I first meet a person, in most cases.
In most cases, you got to be that number one. You got to be right. You got to be right, or you got to shake left. You got to do something. You got to shake the block. Now, once you can go ahead and share your feelings and your thoughts about positive topics with this acquaintance. That way you can go ahead and get to know each other better from hanging out, kicking it, and that's where you find out your common likes and dislikes. Now, once you get comfortable around this said acquaintance, folks, now you can go ahead and move into
Cycle 3.
With cycle 3 is when you become friends. Air quotes. And that's when you can go ahead and be like, yeah, I can go ahead and trust this guy. Or if you have female friends, you can go ahead and trust this young lady to go ahead and be comfortable enough to be yourself. Like Cal said, he'll go ahead and be able to come out his shell, meaning that he's able to be more spontaneous and be more transparent and be comfortable with doing so without any judgment, like a no judgment zone. So
yeah,
and I that's where you most definitely want to be if you're gonna have people within your circumference, within your circle. You want to go ahead and know them just like they know you, and be comfortable if something gets bad or if something looks shaky, that they have your back, and the same vice versa. Because friends are very hard to find now. It's very far and few in between that are actually gonna make it to that cycle 3.
Yeah.
Man. So once you are friends, where you can go ahead and discuss what you like and what you dislike on all topics, because y'all have a certain feel for how each other think, how each other move, how each other get down, and all that. So now, when you being friends, you could you'll move into
Cycle 4.
With cycle 4 is what they call, during my research, it's called deep friendships. But me, I just say you'll turn from your friend into a best friend, or your friend into a homeboy, or your friend for females into a homegirl, or your sister girl, or whatever y'all call
BFFs.
Right. You know what I'm saying? When you enter that stage, that's when you've known the person, for years. You've been riding and dying, going out to clubs. You might have gotten a few scuffles, defending each other, you know what I'm saying? You went through the ups, downs, been through the good times, the bad times. You've seen the struggles and you've seen the come-ups. With some of my bread family, you know what I'm saying, that still do right by moi, you know what I'm saying? I could still call them brothers and still be comfortable. I know with you and Unrated, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Blee, shout out to Tay, shout out to Rilo. I know that y'all done seen, shout out to Coop as well. I know that y'all done been through ups and downs, seen y'all at y'all best times, seen each other at y'all worst times. You know what I'm saying? And that's notable. I don't think a lot of people understand, like, when you have deep friendships, when you've known somebody for 20 plus years or 30 plus years, that's remarkable. It's real hard to come about that. If you actually have that out there in the audience, try to keep that tight. I know everybody's forever growing, everybody's forever evolving, but most definitely you got to go ahead and keep the circle tight. Make sure you don't never forget where you come from and where it all started at. What made you all honorable in the first place. So now when you go into the deep friendship,
The last cycle.
which me doesn't really make any sense. But from my research, they said that the last cycle of a friendship is what they call self-intimacy. And it ain't nothing but what? Having love for yourself.
So why couldn't that be the first part of the cycle?
See what I'm saying, Cal?
Because you gotta have some kind of self-love, I would think, to be able to love somebody else.
Preach.
Yeah, they need to probably fix that order.
Right.
Yeah, because cycle 5 sound like putting it in that order to me sound like you done got rid of all your friends, deep friends, acquaintances, and now you just dolo.
Right.
Putting it in that order, I need to fix that.
Yeah, because most definitely everything, that should have been number one. Before they even strangers, you got to go ahead and have self-love, the want for yourself to even step out the house.
You got to know who you are.
Right.
And when it comes to friendships, things like I know Cuz touched on knowing somebody for 20 years, 30 years, that don't always mean that's a deep friend. That don't always mean that's a friend, period. You got what you call day ones, and then you got people that you just grew up with. They not the same thing. There's a lot of guys from the neighborhood that I grew up with. I wouldn't call them a day one though. You know what I'm saying? We all come from the same neighborhood. Everybody in the same neighborhood is not gonna like each other. But it's still gonna be some kind of love because you from this neighborhood. I know your grandma, I know you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't mean that they your day one homie. Just somebody you grew up with. So don't confuse that either. And it's people that I've met in my adulthood who have been better friends than people I grew up with that I thought was day one homies. You know what I'm saying? So don't put a time frame on, I know this person for so long. That don't mean nothing, that's just time. You can be somebody, you can be 25 and meet somebody at 25. Now you 30. In them last 5 years, that person been realer to you in your life than that day one homie who knew you when you was 4 or 5 years old. So don't put too much stock in, I've known this person for so long. It might be time to shake that day one partner.
Facts. But let us know in the comments, you know what I'm saying, if y'all have like day one homies or homegirls, you know what I'm saying, that y'all still relate to, that y'all still kick it with, that y'all still have love for, you know what I'm saying, and y'all go ahead and kick it like it's always been, no changes since day one. You know, I mean, I can only count, I can't even fill up this hand, you know what I'm saying, as far as my day one homies go, you know what I'm saying, because most people I've found out is just within my cycle of friendship in my life, it just seemed like just things just start turning foggy. It was just too many gray areas, just too many, and then I just had to call a spade a spade. So
yeah, sometimes you start growing and evolving as a young man, as a young woman, and them same day one people, they still stuck back 10, 20 years ago when y'all was into whatever y'all was into. You know, you want to surround yourself with people that's growing and evolving themselves so y'all can bounce off each other and help each other continue to grow in different aspects. So you don't want nobody stuck in the past.
Nah, man.
Nah.
But alright, y'all. Once again, this will conclude another episode of Welcome to the Lewtown Podcast. As always, gotta go ahead and remind y'all one more time. Feel free to like the video, it helps out the algorithm. And also subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you can always know when we have new videos up and new content dropping. I will always be remiss if I don't say, as I will say on every episode, if you haven't, please check out the CoolKillahz album, spelled CoolKillahz. That is Cool Cal and myself. Dope music. I don't want to ring my own horn.
Himself being Killah Threat.
You know what I'm saying? That's KILLAHTHREAT. Make sure you also check out the website at www.killahthreat.com already. You know what I'm saying? And
there's beats on there, man. Go and get them beats, artists. He got that. Yeah. Go on the site.
I'm trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? And check out all the music. Most definitely the CoolKillahz album when you go to www.killahthreat.com. If you're on the music part of the page, which is just the music tab, you'll see the Playing with Fire video with Cool Cal and myself. You'll also see the CoolKillahz album. That's the most recent joint album that's on there. Then you'll also see my most recent solo project that came out prior to CoolKillahz, which is called The Hood Philanthropist, which the Playing with Fire song is actually on. But yeah, make sure y'all getting all that. Y'all can follow me at Killah Threat. That's KILLAHTHREAT on Instagram and on Facebook.
Cool Cal UMG on the gram and on the book. _ Cool Cal UMG 21 on Twitter. That's where I really be at.
Yes, sir. And if y'all don't remember at the end of the video, y'all gonna see all that information anyways. You dig what I'm saying? But always, we appreciate the love. We appreciate the respect that's been given in the comments on social media and on the YouTube. Let's keep this thing going. Holla back at your boys.